before I got a PhD and taught college and graduate students, I was a high school and junior high school teacher just for a couple of years, but it's what made me want to go back to graduate school. That I discovered that I really love teaching, and what I'm suddenly remembering, I remember a composition that a 9th grader wrote. His name was Ezra, and he was known to be the worst student in the school. He maybe had a learning disability, though this was long enough ago that that wasn't as often diagnosed, so I don't think that word was ever used. But he definitely didn't do well in English, ever. And I had always a lot of creative writing. This was a 9th grade class, creative writing assignments, and he right away, his compositions were the best in the class. They had grammatical errors, and their English was very rudimentary because he did not have a big vocabulary, but every word was true. And I think he felt that he was shocking me because they were sometimes a little dirty, and if I had been a better teacher or a more conventional teacher, I would have probably wished to inform him that though these compositions amused me, they weren't going to get him very far in life, so that he needed to learn other skills. But nonetheless, I remember one composition, it was about punishment, actually. And my identification with this Ezra had a lot to do with the fact that everybody thought he was the worst English student, but he was my favorite. He wrote a little story about going with his mother to the store, and his mother punishing him by pulling his ear in the store, but the owner of the store feeling sorry for him and giving him a lemon. And I thought this was genius. The lemon, who gives a lemon? And it was so symbolic of the kind of lack of nourishment that he was receiving in every quarter, and it was really beautiful. It was minimalist, it was ideogrammatic, it was just the lemon, and so I did try, I said, Ezra, come talk to me, and I tried to just suggest to him that he really did have a gift for narrative, and that there was I really don't think he understood that at all. And he actually ended up writing to me years, he saw me, a book of mine somewhere, and we had a little correspondence, and he was a little reticent about his life. I don't know if it was, he was in a happy place or whatever, but I was very moved that he actually even remembered me. And there was one other student I remember, then I'll cut this short, who was also, this was in a class of the slow students, 7th grade, and I was teaching them very difficult poetry. We were reading a poem by the surrealist poet Jean Follain, F-O-L-L-A-I-N, and I remember her saying, this was really, she was a very poor student and maybe emotionally troubled as well. And she said, I was teaching them what surrealism meant, and she said, surrealism is like divorce. And clearly her parents had just been divorced or something, but it was a brilliant, emotionally felt analysis of the kind of divorce between A and B that happened in surrealist literature. And so I don't know, that in terms of being energized or bored by students' work or something, I tend to be very excited still by these little glimpses of really accurate thinking in student work.